Happy Thursday. It's 9/11. Oh, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing, I don't know. However you want to look at that. Numbers mean different things in different parts of the world and under different contexts. And listen to the music, it came on right away. Okay. Well, let me, little bean is behind me. Look at her. She's just sitting there back. It looks like she ate something she shouldn't eat because she just keeps sticking her tongue out. I don't know what she's doing. What she want. She's been in that like stage. I don't know if you have a dog or if you've ever like heard of dogs like licking like the ground. She's been doing that lately. Like apparently it's not always a bad thing. Like there's certain minerals and stuff that are in the ground, obviously, that dogs can identify when they're like feeling sick or something. But I also saw her eat goose poop like 2 months ago. So I didn't see it. Somebody else saw it and told me. And then so let me turn this down a little bit so it's not too distracting, and then we'll get into the plan for today. Just for reference, I am working on a stretch or grounding at this moment. Technically, I'm not really stretching in this position, but I am checking with my spine for alignment and all of that stuff. Zoe has been eating, so that's good news. I was very worried about her. I think I said something a couple days ago about her not eating, but she's been eating again. I think she, dogs, just like humans, they get sick and they have their own way of healing themselves. Fasting is also a thing that humans do for religious reasons or, physical, nutritional, whatever it might be. She's like, no, you're gonna pet me now that you started this. But yeah, so I really love that about animals, and it's good and bad. I think I said this was like, you want to be able to help your animal, you can't talk to them, right? Like you just have to kind of hope that if there's something that you can do, that you can figure it out. And being petted is one of those things that, even though it seems really simple and it just is like, oh, it just feels good for the dog, like it's really therapeutic for the dog too. And my theory, maybe somebody's already proved it correct or written about it, I don't know, but it's my theory that the reason why small dogs live longer than big dogs is because they get more stimulation with their pets, because they're like a hand takes over more of their body. Like if this was like a golden retriever, for example, I would just be like on its shoulders, right? I would be like rolling all over. Like I'm sure some people do that sometimes, but like it's so easy and fast to do that to her. Like this is the equivalent of, scratching just the shoulders of a golden retriever, and I can be done if she lets me, right? With the golden retriever, I would have to keep going just to give that body that same stimulation. So think about that. If you want to get a big dog, or if you have a big dog and you do that, let me know if that's happened to you. You have history with that. Random little tidbit there. Yeah. So it is Thursday, September 11th. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I feel so selfish even thinking about my own self, and I think I titled, Let That Ego Go, because, I was kind of looking at this, coming into the stream thinking about like my own personal life and what's been going on, and I kind of wanted to like share a little bit of that with my stream, with my community, because I think it's a big part of, obviously health, not just talking about physical health, but it's also mental and, social and occupational, like everything. It's a holistic approach to health, and so a lot of the things that are happening in my social life or family life or occupational whatever can impact or is impacting what's going on with my current sleep cycle and all sorts of stuff, right? So it's like all intertwined. So I was gonna kind of share a little bit about it. Obviously, I'm a pretty private person, so I'm not gonna get too much into the details, but I think it's helpful for anybody that is going through something similar or might go through something similar with, maybe they know somebody or they're just wanting to learn on their own. But it's definitely one of those things that I have to like take ownership and responsibility to recognize that no one else is going to be able to advocate for me because no one else knows what's going on with me in my particular environment, right? Like it's very much a well-known thing in different parts of the world, different communities especially, but it's like the way certain groups go about it, like the way things are designed in the United States of America versus a different country, and then versus the United States of America versus like a certain state or a certain city, and then within that state or city, it's also then based off of like someone's like personal religious views or personal preferences that are completely biased in whatever they prefer, and not actually like a scientific conclusion. And so yeah, basically, yeah. I think I told you guys, like, I have a restraining order against my dad because I had what he calls, I attacked him and, like, all of this stuff, basically making it so that I look like a criminal to the police and the community and the hospital, so that now people don't take me seriously or have any sort of, I wouldn't even say like, yeah, I mean, it's just like once you hear these things about someone, it changes the way that you see them forever, right? Even if you find out it's not true, like in order to find out it's not true, you usually have to do like a lot of unpacking and things, and that like ultimately just does change the way things go about. And it's just like the way I interact with the community outside of my family being involved is like, you wouldn't even like it's the frustrating part about it is that my family completely makes up this narrative about me and then expects me to just like plop in and like play the role or whatever. It's like most of the time I don't even know what role they want me to play because they've got all these different stories about me. Like one is that I'm like crazy promiscuous and like all out here or like being body, like that ain't true. Everybody knows I haven't caught a body in over 5 years. But then it's also like, she's, reckless and not responsible, da da da. It's like, bitch, my credit score is higher than yours. Like, I've owned several cars outright. Like, just all these things. It's like, these things don't add up, but I have, like, I'm so mentally ill, I can't function. This one's from my dad, right? Like, I can't function, so it's okay to, like, break the law and treat me however you want. Which brings us to the restraining order. So my dad basically came into my house here. Technically, his wife owns the place, so having access to the door and everything is not like hard or he doesn't have to do anything. So he decides that he doesn't like the way that I am experiencing reality, because it was, a spiritual experience that unfortunately I make the mistake of like wanting to invite my family into like positive moments in my life, forgetting that they'll never really truly give a fuck about anything that I actually am involved in, for real. But yeah, so he decided to take upon himself to come into my home, than physically attack me, because again, it's not just coming into my house and being like, hey, let's sit down and talk. It's like, we need to do this, and it's always this we. I'm like, who the fuck are we, bitch? I don't see you. Like, you come around a few hours a year, usually because it's a holiday or something like that. And then even when it is a holiday, it's like you're sitting there watching TV. Like, I'm not here to watch you watch TV, bitch. I can do this on, send me a picture, I'll hang it up on the wall. It's the same thing. Like, and I know that might sound harsh, but how many freaking decades do you do this, right? Enough with the venting. Point is, legitimate reason to file for a restraining order, physical abuse, and ongoing prevention of ascension, which for people that don't understand those things, it should not be oh, I don't believe you, or I don't agree with you, therefore I can just spit all over you. And that's kind of what it turned into court. So my dad's lawyer was like, yeah, well, she said she's an occultist, and she said she identifies as a light worker. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, bitch, so you say you're a lawyer, and you look like you identify with somebody that can't fucking dress. Like, what do you mean? Like, a cult is just another way to describe every other religion, every other, it's just esoteric knowledge, it's hidden knowledge, it's ancient knowledge, it's things that people don't typically study because they go, oh, for whatever reason, it's because it is religious, they don't want to learn about that, or it is history and they don't want to learn about that, or like my fucking sister, where you're just so ignorant, you don't even take the time to consider that life before you existed, right? Yeah. So here we are. I'm talking to the judge, telling her I had like 15, 16 laws that my dad broke. And I'm basically saying, like, look, this is a problem, not because I want to, like, get something out of this. I'm not trying to punish him, but, like, if I have another experience like this, and I've already determined how I would like to experience it, how I want to be treated, how I want to respond, and I'm in my home, I can't even be safe in my own home because somebody has the right still to come in and do what he did and get away with it. Like, there's so many violations, like, that's such a violation, and it's like, the law should be able to say, like, you're right, like, physical abuse at the end of the day is illegal, and letting yourself into someone else's property without their permission is illegal. Like, again, I could even see if I was like a known suicidal person or something, but nothing about my actions have ever shown me to be violent or dangerous. It literally is, like, the most dangerous thing is, like, embarrassment, like, the danger of being, like, irreversibly embarrassed, like, embarrassing myself, basically, which I understand, but that's my life. Again, I'd much rather be fucking known for running topless down the street than getting carted away on a fucking in an ambulance because my dad doesn't like the fact that I'm telling him his fucking grandma made fun of his wife, because that shit really happened, and it is what it is, I said too much. The point is, here I'm sitting trying to explain to the judge what's going on. The lawyer's like, oh, well, she said that she can she said that she can pick up on energies, and she knows when someone has negative energy. And he's saying this in a way that, like, that's supposed to be some woo-woo, like, I can't believe we were gonna say she's a normal person, and can you believe she said this type shit? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what kind of soulless human doesn't notice those things? Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't have to be a fucking psychic. You don't have to ever look at a piece of religious text or nothing to know when somebody's full of shit or when somebody's, like, a dick. Like, you can tell. You're just like, ooh, like, and he's like, she said she can feel energies. Like, yeah, bitch, and yours is trash. Like, what the fuck? So that was a thing, and I was just like, I don't even know why I'm having to argue this, because at the same time, like, I have a master's degree in this topic. Like, I specifically focused in Carl Jung's work because he had similar experiences as me, and he had to do the research on his own because, like, currently there's not a lot of places that will even look at these types of experiences other outside of just we need to medicate and erase this response in general. Not figure out why the response is happening or whether or not the response is going to result in something that's positive. Just we need to treat the response. Right? It's like somebody's bleeding from the inside out and you're like, let me just put a band-aid over it. Like, if there's internal bleeding, bruh, like, anyways. So that's where I was with the judge. And I think when it comes to, like, the moment, it's so frustrating, the moment I tell anyone about my master's degree. And mind you, I'm not saying this to be conceited, to be cocky, to do anything. I recognize that people were very intimidated by me for whatever reason. I do not understand, but I'm not saying these things. I don't just name drop like, oh, I haven't met, like, no. I'm saying it because of the relevance to what's going on with my specific situation, specifically highlighting the fact that I went to get my master's in this particular area because I wanted to follow this particular method in dealing with my particular diagnoses, right? It ain't about this motherfucker, it ain't about you, it ain't about them, it's me, it's my hospital bills, it's my life, it's my experience, like all these things. None of you guys are gonna be here with me. You could all die tomorrow, I'm still gonna have to deal with this shit. And so, sorry. Let me come. So I bring it up just for that reason. And in the moment I see this happen, it's like a fucking light switch with people. They take it as a mental challenge. Like, oh, you think you're better than me because you have a master's in philosophy? It's like, I don't care how pompous it sounds. It's not like you. I don't give a fuck the way you want to take it. If I said I had a master's degree in math, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, you think you have a... No. There are bitches that think they have a better intellect because they have a master's degree in math, and that's on them to think that. But I don't have this preconceived idea of what I'm saying and how you're going to perceive it. It's just a fact, right? It is what it is. Like, the fact that you're going to take that offensively is very weird. So I see the light fucking switch on her, and I'm like, here we go. I'm gonna have another one of these bitches telling me that they know more than me about a subject they never studied because they are triggered by the fact that I said I have a fucking master's in a subject that in their eyes is a challenge to their own personal education. And if you want to have a dialogue, we can bloom that shit. I promise you, we sit down and talk forever. David Bloom. But if you don't want to have a real conversation and you just want to be like, let your ego take over and be like, oh, well, I don't believe, like the lawyer, well, I don't believe in those things. So, okay, but if I told you I was a fucking Christian and that I identify as religious and you were making fun of me, that wouldn't be okay. So why do you think that's okay now? And furthermore, like I said, with my particular experiences and trying to make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about and I need to follow this medical route, again, there are various ways to approach my diagnoses. Just like there are various ways to give birth. You don't have to go to the fucking hospital and lay on the bed. That's actually one of the worst ways to give birth. You can give birth in water. You can give birth at home, squatting. There's a lot of fucking ways you can give birth. But people just tend to go the mainstream route that was developed for the convenience of the doctor, not even for the person giving birth. But we won't get into that, alright? The point is, this motherfucker felt triggered. I saw it, I felt it. And given the complexity of my situation and the racketeering that is involved, and, honestly, like, I don't want to say too much. You guys know how I am, but I am so grateful for this opportunity. Like, bruh, like, it's like, what people say, like, oh, like, how do you know what your purpose is? Like, I don't know, but I know now, like, this shit ain't going away. And it's like, too many things fall into place perfectly for it to be a coincidence. Like, it just, it's just crazy. It's just like, you know what they say, like, I read this somewhere, I can't remember where I read it, but it's like the word coincidence actually means like 1 in like 100 billion or something like that. So it's literally like saying, bitch, like, it's so fucking, like, it's so rare. But yeah, so that's just kind of how I'm like, at this old age, I'm like, what else am I fighting for? Like, I don't care at this point if I'm tied down by a fucking $1 million mortgage so I can fucking say that I own a house in a fucking B-class neighborhood in Seattle. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'd much rather be traveling anyway, and just being bogged down by these ideas of like, I want to be perceived a certain way because this person that's related to me has this career or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, if you're not who you really are, there's nothing you can convince me to do or say to change myself to fit your narrative. Like, it's just not happening. You would literally have to pay me. And honestly, like I said, like, my sanity, it's not worth shit. Like, I will never, you can't give me anything. My sanity is not for sale. You could take, I will literally, like, and the thing is, it's like, oh, well, you live in a house that we're giving you a discount on. Okay, bye. You think I'd rather get a discount on the house and be in a hospital as well, bitch? You think that that's, you know what, it might be worth being in the hospital because you're gonna, no! Couldn't care less, motherfucker. I will literally leave. Like, why are you acting like I'm fighting to be here, right? Like, ugh. So yeah, that ego side of the parental, my father and his wife, like, on their high horse of we can do whatever we want to you because you live in our property type shit. And then the judge themselves, honestly, I couldn't tell. The judge themselves wanted to, make a stance saying, oh, I didn't see this, I didn't see that, there was no evidence of that. And I'm like, bitch, most of the evidence is, did you feel intimidated? Did you feel threatened? Did this person physically assault you? All those things are true. So, like, you're going down the list and saying, like, no evidence. Like, most of those are based off of me and how I feel. So how are you going to tell me did I feel intimidated, bitch? How do you tell me if I felt that way? First of all, that's not even up for debate. You can't contribute to that question. Like, so it dawned on me, because I've never really been in a court system. Like, I had, when I got divorced from my second husband, I wanted to file a restraining order against him because he was, like, kicking holes in the walls and stuff when I was at work, because I wanted to be to just come back and wreck the place. And he did that for like a couple days, and I was like, bro, like, if you keep coming, I'm gonna file a restraining order. He's like, I don't want to file one against you. And then, of course, because he ain't got shit to do, and I'm working, the next day he files, and I'm like, okay. So then I filed, because I'm like, well, he's the one that did this. And it's like going back and forth with, like, who should win. And then I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't care who actually has what on what order. Like, I just wanted to be legally known that we need to stay the fuck away from each other. And so I retracted my protection order, because it was the same court and everything. And we went into court, we had to, like, physically appear. The judge was like, well, I don't really think, like, we went back and forth. She's like, well, I don't really think there's grounds for a restraining order. And I literally screamed. I don't remember how I screamed, but I do remember screaming. Like, it was like a sad scream. I'm not gonna lie. I remember it was, like, sad, because I was, like, out of breath, and I was just like, please just give it to him. Like, I need something. Like, I can't live like this. I can't live knowing that there's nothing legally, like, written that's like, bruh, like, you can't come around here, like, she can't come around here. Like, I'd call the police and be like, bitch, there's a problem, and it's logged, like, it's known. And so she kind of looked at me and was just like, you could tell she didn't want to do it, but like, I need this, and at the time I wasn't thinking about it being like a criminal thing. I was truly thinking about, like, my safety, bruh. Like, I just need something. And so this time, like I said, it was like the same thing. Like, I don't know, I just feel like when it's so black and white, yes, there was this, yes, I feel this, yes, there's every reason to believe this will continue. And then on top of that, if I have, another, experience, we'll say, and I am at home, or he does find out about it, like, there's literally nothing to stop him. And he may even go further now, because the courts has literally been like, you didn't see anything, right? For him to just come back and do the same thing again. For some shit that he literally pretends he understands. That's the crazy part. Like, how are you gonna pretend you understand walking a spiritual path and have no idea what it feels like to have spirit in you, bruh? Because if you did, you wouldn't hesitate to you would just know. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, Everybody knows me. This ain't no thing I went and sought out, bruh. Like, this came to me. This came to me. Yeah. I feel like I've been talking for a minute. What time is it? Damn. I've been talking for 24 minutes. Just sitting like a samurai. I don't know, man. I did need to, like, maybe that's my ego too. It's like things have been mentally in my head. Like I was really looking up. Like I'm just like, you know what? Like this whole time I felt like I didn't really have anybody that like I could trust or anybody like, you know, because like I know what I know. That's like me getting hit in the stomach and you being like, your stomach don't hurt. Like, bitch, what? How you gonna what? How are you going to tell me what my stomach feels like, right? So that's how I feel about these situations. It's like, but like you don't know that. You're just saying that because in your mind somehow you think you have the authority to tell me how I feel or what's going on, even though you haven't taken the time to study any of it, and you're just like, yeah, well, I personally don't like the way that sounds. Or not even like the way it sounds. Like it doesn't fit the narrative of what I want you to be in my life. What if you said it was God instead of saying that you're a light worker, right? Like, bitch, go somewhere with your bullshit. If that's what you want to do, proceed without me. You shouldn't need me to lead your life. You know, that is yours. I am me. We are two different people. When you die, I will still be here. If I die, you will still be here. Like, we're not. Go do what you do. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Yeah. So imagine that. Someone who essentially disagrees with everything you're doing and degrades you, having control over your safety. And not only your safety, but the ability to put you in danger and then tell people that you're the danger. That's some fucked up shit, man. I don't know. I feel lucky though. I feel like I've got a good case. Like there are so many people in my same situation, but they're treated far worse. They have like obviously way worse abuse. They don't have the resources that I do to defend themselves or to even just like speak, right, bruh? These motherfuckers really will wipe your memory. Like you will not remember weeks of your life, and then it's like you did something wrong. Like, what the fuck did I do? Tell me anything. And then bro, man, life is interesting. I just want to get a better role. I'm sick of playing with these amateurs. Please. Level up, level up, level up. That's all I know. But yeah, so life. It's about to be October, which is interesting because that's the end of, well, yeah, fall's gonna be interesting. I think I told you guys, if I move, it's gonna be to somewhere warm. So I feel like I don't want to leave past October because then it'll be like snowy in the mountains and stuff. What am I doing? I'm just kind of all over the place right now. I can't talk and work at the same time. This is why I have that muscle memory routine that I do. And I got the yapping and my back feels stiff anyway, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, my back, bruh. I'm just moving my shoulders and my back around. No particular order right now. I think I'm just gonna do a flow. As it's Body Things Thursday, anything goes as long as it's for the body. I just spent a lot of time yapping, which kind of helps me internally, but you couldn't really see it. I don't know. Now y'all know a little bit more about my life. that's what I've been dealing with for the last 2 months or so. I will tell you though, since this has been going on, like I was feeling so much better. My mood was lighter. Like I felt happy. Like I was dancing, I was singing, like going outside, regular bike rides. Like you guys know, I was like living life. Like it just felt like literally like it didn't even feel like a weight lifted. Like people say like a weight lifted, but it felt like my chest lifted. Like it felt like my chest went up instead of like being laid down and then my chest like pulled up. If that makes sense. I don't know how else to describe it. And yeah, now I kind of have this like anxiety because I obviously like my dad and his wife are going to retaliate. I just don't know how severe it's going to be because I know they were already like plotting and trying to set me up by like they were like encouraging people to like stand in front of the doorway and like texting me and being like, well, if you don't like it, you can move and blah 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 blah. It's like, if that's really how you feel, why are you saying it just now and why are you saying it like that immediately? Like, it sounds like you've been ruminating on something, and if that's the case, I have offered to move several times, especially given that I've been, oops, I think I just did something. Yeah, especially given that, like, I've told people, living here, I love the location, but this place is freaking huge. And it is a lot of work for one person. I don't need all of this space. It's nice. If you give me the option between this and a studio, this and a 1-bedroom, this and a 2-bedroom, I'm gonna fucking pick this every time if it's the same price, but it's not needed. I will be okay. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, I don't have to worry about that sort of interference, and then if I leave the state, they'll just never know who those people are anyway. But yeah, I have other legal things I have to settle before the end of the year. And so I don't know if it's a good idea for me to head out in October because I might have to physically appear in Washington, which I'm not sure. I'm supposed to. But yeah, sometimes the money's worth it. You know, you just go somewhere and fly back. Just flying back from Florida with Zoe would be very hard. I would have to like find somebody to watch her. And that's assuming that I end up in Florida. Like, who knows? I might like just still be like moving around, testing the waters in different places. Because I just want it to be warm and I want to be on water. Like if I could move to Bali or like Thailand or something, I would. But it's just Zoe, you know. I don't know what she can handle. I know that plane ride for me was ass. She would have plenty of room to like move around and everything, but for me, ooh, no. It was not good. That was like the first time in my life I was actually like considering upgrading my seats. Like, I think if that was an option, I would have picked it. I'm not gonna lie. They would have got me that day. They were like, you want to upgrade? Yes. Yes, I do. Look, it's actually an extra $10,000. You're like, I'll take it. I need to stretch out, bro. Like, it was so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Pulling this way. See if I can grab. But yeah, so trying to hold the frequency. I know that if things happen too easily, things can't happen too easily. Right? They're supposed to fall into place for sure, but I don't think they fall out of the sky, if that makes sense. So it'll be alright. Just another curve in the road on the way to where I'm supposed to be going, you know. twists and turns make the ride a little bit more fun, in my opinion. As long as you know, like, you can't fall off the road. There's just a bunch of wheat fields on either side of you. Don't ask me any questions about that. But, okay. I'm gonna do these ones again because they felt really good the other day. I think I've done them a couple of times since as well. So basically, come up this way. Right now my butt's not really touching the ground when I sit like this. So I can choose to just wait until my butt does hit the ground just to make sure that my body's like settled in and stretched out enough. And then once I feel ready, I'm gonna just push in between and then come down like so. So now the insides of my knees are on the ground and my chest is on the ground too. And then lift one leg, lift the other leg, one leg. My hips popping already. Oh my goodness, you hear this? That's wild. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on. So obviously there's the shooting that happened yesterday. Like, I don't think it's a political thing. There should be no debate about killing people that didn't commit a crime or hurt anybody, right? Like, on either side, like, there are truly, and blows my mind. I've seen people on my Instagram being like, and like X and stuff being like, that's what he gets. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So what you're saying is, because you have a different opinion, you're now vocalizing and encouraging killing online. Like, you're not just saying it in your, like, the back of your mind. You're posting this shit. You're literally saying you think murdering someone is acceptable. That's a crime. You're not even allowed to say that online. In the world, or in the United States, that's a crime to even say that you want somebody to get murdered. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think it might be at least cyberbullying. So yeah, like that in itself. But then it's like the fact that you're saying like all it takes is for me to disagree with you. It's like, so what happens when you don't agree with somebody that's got more power than you? Is it just based off of status now? Or is it always based off of your opinion? Because who the fuck are you, bruh? Who the fuck are you? Like, especially in the United States, I won't say every, but like a large population of the United States thinks that the world revolves around the United States, and that if it's happening in the United States, the rest of the world is also dealing with it. And it's like, no bitch, a lot of people don't think the same way as the fucking other people in the United States. Like, nobody really thinks the way people in the US think outside of the US, and it's like people don't even get that. And it's so frustrating because it's like, wow, like we're just perpetrating these ideas that make zero sense because you have no standard, you have no base point for what you're saying. You're literally saying, I don't agree with you, therefore it's okay for me to kill you. Are you the ground base? Are you the start and finish line? Because what about everyone else in the world? I don't know how this is like rocket science to people, but the fact that someone could fix their mouth to say, yeah, it's crazy. Because like even with the Luigi Mangione thing, right? Like that obviously like people are cheering that on, and it is still messed up because it like literally is killing somebody in broad daylight. But, and I won't say but like that, but like bruh, we know he was involved in committing crimes that were hurting thousands and thousands, not killing thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? And he had the power to change those things. Homeboy did not have none of that, you know, just having a voice. But that's like it's yeah. Anyways, again, I don't agree with any political side. I don't even know what his political like talking points were. I was told, or I could see that he was a Republican, but like I don't follow politics like that. Like I just kind of like I said, I'm more into like foreign policy, if anything. But it's just ridiculous to me. It's just, where are we coming to as a world where people are now thinking their opinion is the know all, be all? From the fucking judge to my parents to these bitches online thinking it's okay for someone to. It's just like, where do people get the fucking nerve? Where do they get the audacity? And it's like this disconnect from the spiritual world that it's very sad to see like unfold. Because you can tell when people truly don't know how something feels. It's like it's almost like you can tell when someone's never been loved. It's like, damn, bro, like I feel so bad for you. Like, you don't even know like what it's like to have somebody like you or love you. You know, it's just like, damn, like I truly pity you. And that's how it feels with these people. It's like, so you really don't know what this side of life feels like? Like that's how it feels. It's like, I can't imagine living in this space mentally where I think things like that are okay. Or where I feel like, you know, even just like jealousy or like wanting to harm people, like my brain does not go there. Like, yes, if I get mad at somebody, I might be like, oh, I want to slap you in the face. But even that kind of, I'm like, well, why would I do it? I mean, geez, like maybe initially like as a jerk reaction, but to just keep going and like pounding someone is like, there's something fucking wrong with you, right? Like that's kind of how it is. Like, whose brain works like that, where you're just like, I need to do this evil thing and I feel nothing when I do it. Because you have to, like, that's what I don't, my brain was like, how can you feel, what in your mind doesn't say this is the worst thing ever, don't do this? Like, because that's what my brain does. Especially knowing how energy and karma works, like, you're projecting that back on yourself, whether it's in this lifetime or another, like your family's lineage, like whatever the fuck it might be, like, bro, like, why would you want to push that back onto yourself? I tried to touch your butt. Oh man. So basically, the world is a wild place right now. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but that's okay. Everybody's gonna die anyway, at least on this planet. And once that happens, who knows, we may be in a totally better place. But we all won't be here. And I think once people just kind of come to that realization, we're all gonna die. None of this shit is real, and you're making your life hard for some fucking coins that don't exist. Once we all realize that, like, I don't give a fuck, bruh. I'm trying to enjoy life. I'm not living my life for nobody's skyscraper, for nobody's favorite back. Maybe for my little baby, I'll live a little bit for my baby, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking slaving over for a backpack or like a house even. I don't give a fuck. If I'm happy wherever I am, I'm happy. Like, would I be happier on a beach? 100%. Is that a fact? 100%. So what's the problem? Where's the cheapest beach, boy? Point me to the cheapest beach. That's where you can find me. Point me to the cheapest beach, and I'll be there. I will take all of my stuff to the storage or sell it or just toss it and go to the nearest cheapest beach. And by cheapest beach, I mean a beach that's warm. Obviously, there's a beach really close to me. I don't think it's not cheap anyway, but if I was moving to a beach, it would need to be a warm beach, like in Mexico or something. But maybe even cheaper than Mexico. Thailand is cheap as fuck. I don't know. But yeah, so that's exciting because I feel like moving is gonna feel like going on a permanent vacation. Wherever I go to next, it's going to feel like a vacation, but it'll be my new home. Oh, I need are still so tight. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Anybody? Anybody? My plans for the weekend are... I don't remember. I think I had one thing I was supposed to do this weekend, but I can't remember what it is. The weather's not too good though, so I probably won't do too much outside. At least, you know, it's not like pouring rain or anything, but it's at that point where like you may or may not get caught in some rain. Ah! My leg like cramped. My quad is so tight. Oh my gosh. So tight. it. I think I'm gonna try and do some rotations from side to side, but I want to try and do like a weird stretch. So I'm gonna make one up as I go. But I know I want to be like out to the side like this, and then somehow I want to be like reaching over. So here. Does that look weird? Tap, back, tap, back, tap, back. I don't know. That looks too simple. Looks like all I did was change my hands. Here. This is actually not so bad. I don't really practice turning when I do this very often. I have to do this one on the other side for sure. I feel like the back half of me is weak. I can feel that side like getting some attention, which is nice. Anytime I can feel something on my body being activated that wasn't activated before, to me that's like tapping into unmarked territory that needs attention. So that's good for me. Like, oh, there's a new space. Okay. I'm gonna switch sides. I was like this, right? And then I went to this. Here. Is that how it was? Is that how I was doing it? I'm already confused. I do feel like I could feel it in my... I could feel it in the back half. Okay, I think that was it. That's the thing about like checking in with your body this way is like you don't know if you're doing something different on the other side or the opposite side, or if your body's just not as flexible or doesn't have as much range on one side compared to the other. And so that's why doing like the stretches on Sundays are really good, because you can really zero in on what each side of your body can move to, what the range is. And then Mobility Monday is obviously like the motive portion of it, mobile portion of it. So having that basically gives you the opportunity to check in with how it all works together. But yeah, Thursdays or any other day is just kind of like testing your theories in real life. So just now I was like, oh, is that my left side just sucks? Or is it a form thing? Pretty sure it was both. I am doing more of these kicks because I feel like they were helping with me. My lower butt cheeks, the bottom half of my butt cheeks, I can feel that getting a lot of attention when I do this. And I'm not like subconscious of my butt cheeks, but I have noticed they're not as perky as they used to be. And so I'm not complaining, but I'm also not gonna be saying goodbye, if you know what I mean. So just gotta maintain and do something about it instead of just watching it wither away. And also for this one, I am trying to remember to keep my hands evenly placed, have the weight distributed evenly. Oh! Oh yes, okay. Break, break, break. Let's do something on my back while taking a butt break. Go this way. So, I really like doing anything with the ground. I say this all the time. If I could be lazy and just like let gravity do the work for me. Those are my favorite stretches because, again, you can just kind of forget about them and let nature do its thing. And then usually for me, I have more time spent on it because I don't have to think about it. Not always, because sometimes it does like end up hurting as far as like working on stretches. But like this, for example, trying to keep my back flat on the ground, making sure I'm checking into each part of my back takes some time. Like when I first lay down, I don't feel like my back is completely flat. Some people they might, but for me it's not like that. But it takes a little bit of time for me to notice what gravity's pulling in and where the pockets are. And then I can slowly try and bring my legs down, keeping my back completely flat on the ground. If I notice that my back starts to come up off the ground, then I can literally pause right there in that spot. Wait till my back feels stable again. I should feel like slowly feel my back becoming flat again as I hold it in the space where it was once almost lifting. And then once it's okay, I can bring my legs down a little bit more. If there is more of my back that lifts, wait until it goes back down. And then basically repeat the same thing over and over again. So your back is completely on the ground, like this. Right now, my back is almost completely on the ground. If you were looking at me from here, you would think it was on the ground. Only I can probably see or tell that there's like a small space in the middle of my back. But that's also probably because I have like very defined spine, like whatever that's called. So yeah, that's that one. And then if you're good here, you can squeeze in. That's going to help with your hips as well and release tension in your lower back. So you can bring your knees up higher to your chest, or you can keep them low to keep your spine to the ground, lower at the base. And then same with pulling your feet inward. This one is going to allow gravity to hold your spine straight, or you also give your hips a chance to open up, so you know you're working on your hips without sacrificing your alignment. Again, this is one you can just do. You don't have to put a lot of time or thought into it. The only reason why I think this one's not as good as the others is because you actually have to hold your feet this way. But if you don't want to, if you're like comfortable doing this, you can also bring your butt up against the wall like this, right? And then like press this way. You're not going to get as much of a range because you're not going to be able to pull your feet way back like this. But it kind of gives you the same sensation of like having your legs in that butterfly position and having gravity work there at the same time. So yeah, got about 3 minutes left. I think that was like I yapped pretty much this entire stream. Which is the irony of calling it let that ego go. I'm leaving it in the past, y'all. I can't leave it in the past because it's part of my future, but what I mean is, you gotta let that shit go. I mean, you could be mad about the way something appears to be turning out, or the way something has been presented, or the way, even just the way things look like they might be going, right? But at the end of the day, like, the laws of the universe, you know, the way energy works, all of those things can't be persuaded, they can't be bought. And so you just gotta trust that the universe knows what it's doing. You know, I'm not gonna try and bribe the universe. I certainly am not gonna try and lie to the universe. No thank you. I do not have imposter syndrome, and there is nobody's job. I'm trying to pretend like it's mine, okay? If it's not for me, it's not for me. It is what it is. But yeah, so very much working on life right now. I do not know where I'm going to be in the next month or so. I am, like I said, I'm in high spirits about it still, considering like how actually drastic everything is, and the time of year is specifically, just because it is getting colder, and all of that kind of limits my options in a lot of ways. But yeah, I'm not pessimistic in any way. like I said, if anything, this last ascension has just taught me that I'm not actually alone. And I knew that, but I also didn't know that, right? Like, I know there's these centers for, Jungian centers for practicing these sorts of treatments or doing these sorts of treatments, these sorts of research. Like, there are actual centers, like, set up for this, and I do have the credentials to participate in those, maybe, but, maybe it's just, like, getting a job somewhere else, and you have to, like, apply and wait, like, I don't know, because I, like, as much as I feel like I'm special, I know I'm not. And that makes it even more exciting, because there was a time where I really just, like, I believed everybody, and I was like, yeah, you guys are right, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, and, like, I made bad decisions, and this and that, like, because I trusted these people, and I thought that they knew what they were saying, and I thought that they would be honest with me about what they saw, or what they felt, or anything, but that's not the case. Some people just want to take advantage of you, some people care only about how they look in certain situations, and as heartbreaking as that might seem, I'm glad I don't know what that feels like. I'm glad I can't identify with those desires, and really am so glad that I have no idea what that feels like. So that's the end of the stream context. Like I said, I am in good spirits still, so I hope that this is motivation to you to also be like, again, I try not to share too much about what's going on in my life. If you were to meet me in real life, you probably wouldn't know what was going on. I'm only sharing this one because I'm not suicidal and I don't believe in suicide. To the motherfuckers who may or may not delete this video or clip it. But also, I just feel like documenting these things is part of what I'm supposed to be doing, right? I'm not just learning these routines and doing these routines. I'm like building the whole philosophy, and to hide everything else outside of what's going on in front of the camera for an hour a day is not going to be conducive to the results. You're not going to really understand my results if you don't understand everything else that was compiled with getting them. So I will try my best. I'm also going to try and post more on my TikTok, like more content that's not just handstands. I'm very nervous about it. But I've just been watching, like, I've been watching TikTok more, and there's certain people's TikToks that pop up, and I'm like, oh, I love that vibe. Like, I like the way they went about it. Like, they'll just say something, like, this is how I'm seeing myself do it. I'll just, like, say, like, a quote that, like, I already say, that, like, something I would say on X, right? But just recording myself saying it on TikTok. Right? And I'm sure people do that all the time, but it's like, the way I say my comments on X, I should be saying on TikTok verbally. Because nobody even looks at my freaking X account. And you can't really get the context when I have to type it out anyway. So it's just like, maybe that'll be my thing. Like, maybe I'll start, like, vocalizing my quotes, and instead of just typing them on X and then forgetting about them. But I definitely need to get, like, a theme, right? Because I noticed that, like, they have, like, someone that's, like, always at the gym, or like someone's like always driving a car, like, so I have to figure out what mine will be, because I'm not gonna lie, having a subset of doing handstands every day I love it. One, because I can see the progress, it serves a purpose, but two, because I don't have to think about it. I don't have to go, okay, what do I do today? It's like, I'm gonna do a handstand, and if it sucks, I'm still gonna post it. If it looks good, I'm still gonna post it. If I fell, I'm still gonna post it. If I was dancing, I'm still gonna post it. If I look sad, I'm still gonna post it. So it's like, I have these quotes in my head that I already have, like, the image or whatever that I'm going to align it with, then I just have to say it and then post it. You know what I mean? Instead of having to go and like, what am I gonna wear this time? What am I gonna, just like already have it, like, that part taken care of. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to get into. Also, like, the rumors about TikTok getting shut down is kind of like, ugh. Why? Like, should I stop using it? I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I was kind of feeling like, damn. Yeah. Alright, everybody. So, again, it's Thursday, the 11th of September. I hope that you have a good rest of your week or weekend, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye.